Hello, my name is Matt Hunzeker. I'm the managing partner of the National Real Estate Law Group. And the best way to reach me is Matt, M-A-T-T, at NRELG.com. This is the first in a series of video pods that we're going to be broadcasting to you on a weekly basis. And this is our introductory one, where we're going to describe the truth about short sales. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about my background and where I come from in terms of short sale negotiations. I'm a lawyer licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia, as well as in several other jurisdictions. And I started this business of short sale negotiations when the real estate market took an historic turn for the worse in 2008. Since then, I've helped literally hundreds of clients escape the situation of being upside down, that is, doing a short sale. And just to define that a little more fully, as an example, let's say that you owe $400,000 on a home and it's worth $200,000. Well, you're $200,000 upside down. And it's my job as a lawyer representing the seller who is in an upside down position to work with the lender or lenders involved in negotiating a short sale. We also will do bankruptcies, we do some loan modifications, but as we go through this, I'll be discussing some of those alternatives strategies. Okay, let's talk about how I got started. 2008, I had a good friend who was upside down, and this was a relatively new phenomenon then. Until 2007, the national real estate market had been just roaring along, as we all are generally aware. In this case, though, it was a new sort of concept to do what's called a short sale as an alternative to foreclosure. I do have a background in commercial lending, representing lenders in the last recession in the early 1990s. And so we used to call them back in that day workouts. Today they're called short sales, but it's a very, very similar concept where we ask the bank to relieve our clients of liability and hence avoid a deficiency judgment, and to accept a payment for less than what is owed. I'm going to get into a lot of these details as we go through these series of these discussions over the next several months. So let's talk about just how bad it is out there. 25% of the homes in America are underwater. They're facing either that are 90 days past due. Some percentages today might be as low as 22%, but we're well over 20% of the national average that is underwater. That's 1 out of 5 people, folks, or 1 out of 4, depending on your math. That's a tremendous market shift from the go-go days of 2007, 2006. That means if you look around your neighborhood, you may not even know it, but people are struggling to continue to make their payments. We're also seeing for the first time what's called a strategic default. And this started, as many things do, out west in California, primarily in Arizona, where people who could afford to keep paying for their house made the strategic decision not to do so. And that has a completely different sort of line of work than what the National Real Estate Law Group is involved with, although we do, on certain cases, handle strategic defaults. The classic short sale client that my law firm represents has unfortunately had a bad event occur, aside from the fact that their house that they purchased in 2007 is oftentimes worth less than half what they paid. It's called a hardship, and banks require, amongst the documents that we submit, a hardship letter. And we have samples of those hardship letters on the website. But essentially, unfortunately, we have with the unemployment and underemployed groups in this country today, we're running into a lot of folks that are, seeing financial troubles. In addition, we're seeing a higher divorce rate with clients right now. I'd say a significant number of my clients are in some sort of marital discord or partnership discord, whatever you have. It does occur to me that I'm just touching and scratching on the surface with this initial podcast, but I want you to stay tuned as we go through certain subjects such as deficiency judgments, the statute of limitations regarding deficiency judgments, a state of the market in terms of just how bad it is out there. We'll also be discussing a lot of the new regulations that are being proposed by Congress and by the Obama administration. My intention is to get you current information with regards to a number of pieces of legislation, as well as lawsuits that have been brought against a lot of the large money centers. And I'm going to list for you in coming up webinars a lot of the money centers we work with on a daily basis, and give you some tips, as it were, on how best, if you find yourself or a family member or a friend underwater, then we're willing to help you. I think we'll conclude with this at this juncture, and we'll come back and discuss in our next session short sales and the truth about them. Thank you very much.